This is Ben Doughty for Sugar, Silk and Stretch with upcoming welterweight Matthew Rennie. Good to see you today, incidentally.
Yeah, thanks for having me, mate.
So initially, when I heard you talk up on the data, I assumed you were a Scouser, but that's not actually the case as such, is it? You're from the Isle of Man?
No, I'm from the Isle of Man, born and raised in the Isle of Man. I've been in Liverpool for about 7 years, training at Liverpool, but I'm Isle of Man born and bred.
But you're a product of Liverpool boxing to an extent, yeah? Who did you box for as an amateur?
Yeah, so in the Isle of Man I boxed for the Manx ABC, and then I moved to Liverpool and I was at the Solly for a little bit. And then as a pro, I stayed at the Solly as a pro, and then I moved around. I was at Jennings Gym in Chorley, but I was still living in Liverpool, and now I'm at Terry Spencer in Widnes.
It's interesting in a way because when people talk about the A side and the B side on any given promotion, Sean Noakes is very much the A side, and he will be presumably be the betting favourite. But you're not a complete outsider because you are managed by Warren Boxing Management. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is I've just signed with Warren Box Management. I signed September time, October time, and straight away within 3-4 weeks they've got me this big opportunity. So I'm ready to take this big opportunity with both hands. And like you said there, Sean's a good fighter. He's going to be the A side, going to be the betting favourite. But I like being the underdog. You know, it brings more out of me when I am the underdog.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you've actually got more experience, at least. Numerically, you have more experience, and you have an unblemished record bar the draw, which is in your early career, I believe. Yeah,
it was my second fight. I had a draw, and to be honest, that's probably one of the most I've learned in that fight. From then, I went back on, went on the small hall circuit, won a good few fights, took a few good scalps as well. I beat James Moorcroft on a Wasserman card, and at the time, James Moorcroft was mandatory for the English title, and I beat him. So, you know, I've not just got this out of coincidence. You know, I've earned this. I've deserved this shot as well.
How excited are you to be on this kind of stage at this point and attending the conference in London today with all the other fighters on this stacked Magnificent 7 bill?
Yeah, I believe I deserve to be here. You know, like I said there, I'm not just here for no reason. You know, I'm here because I deserve to be here, and I'm ready for this platform. I'm ready for this step up, and I believe on the 7th of December you'll see a new man at welterweight. And you know, I feel like I'm a bit of a hidden secret, and I'm ready to come out my shell now.
How long have you known about this fight for precisely?
I think there was talks about it a good few weeks ago. I've been training anyway. I'm training all the time. I'm in the gym all the time. But it'll probably been about 4 to 5 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So I've had plenty of time. Going to be no excuses on my side. Plenty of time, and I'm going to be ready.
And previously, how much was Sean Noakes on your radar? Did you see his English title fight with Inder Bassi?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually watch it at the time, but as soon as I found out I was fighting him, I watched it. But I already knew who he was. You know, I knew he was the English champion. I mean, as soon as someone becomes a champion at your weight, you're going to have their eyes on them. You know, he won't just be on my radar. Sean knows he'll be on a lot of people's radar. But I've got the shot, and you know, like I said, I'm ready to grab this shot with both hands.
Are you a big boxing fan in general? Do you follow the world-class scene, and do you follow the scene purely for the enjoyment of watching boxing?
Funny enough, I used to love boxing. Everyone was like boxing. But the more I became the more I've got into it, and the more I'm concentrating on myself now. I don't really watch it as much of a fan anymore. Obviously, the big fights, you know, your Tyson Furies and them, I will stay tuned. But most of the time, I just concentrate on myself.
I think it surprises a lot of fans that they expect fighters perhaps naturally to be big fans like themselves. But what you just said then, when it becomes your job, you actually switch off from it to a degree. I always remember Sugar Ray Robinson famously said, "I'm sorry, but I'm just not a fight fan," when someone asked him if he'd seen a recent title fight at the time. Does it become almost... for Chris Eubank Senior said it too. He said, "I'm not interested to watch boxing. It's quite tedious." Does it turn you off it a little bit?
It's like if you're a painter, you're not going to go home and watch paint dry, are you? So it's like that for me. I go into the gym, I do my work. I feel like you need a cut off in your brain as well. I feel like you need to switch off. So when you're in the gym, you're on it. And you know, when you may be watching your opponent, a video of your opponent, you're watching, you know, you're studying it. As soon as you've done studying, as soon as you've done your training, you need to have that little switch off mode, and that's what I'm good at doing. I'm good at switching off at the right time.
What do you do to switch off and relax when you're not training then?
Just do other hobbies. Sometimes do other hobbies. Just do anything you can to get yourself away from boxing. Really, it could be like I said, doing another hobby, going out for a walk with a dog. Just switch off. You know, spend time with their family and stuff.
Well, It'll be increasingly more difficult for you to switch off if you win on December the 7th, and I'm hereby wishing you the best of luck, and your manager Alfie Warren and all the rest of it. So I look forward to seeing how you get on the night, and thank you for making yourself available for Sugar Stretch.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Thank you, pal. Nice one. Cheers, pal.